Nice. Needs to be careful about running up this hill here. All right, can take a bit of damage. Does still have the swashbuckle ready to go. Some damage onto Yamate. Ice playing with fire. Jumps across to the other side. Nico Baby wants to finish him off, but it will be first blood for DJ. Ice still being chased, but pops his salve.
Yeah, he was hanging around in the mid lane for quite a while, and you can see the reason why in terms of last hits. Oh, SSI's, a bit of aggression coming onto him.
Does have the 1 point in the shield crash. It's going to help with survivability a little bit. Needs to get the swashbuckle out. Actually pushes himself through the kinetic field with the branch. Is that going to keep him alive? He gets over into the trees. Felix doesn't have the stun, but he does have an auto attack to finish him off. Nico Baby, this is a pretty interesting rotation. Perhaps a little bit unexpected if you're MP, that the Ursa is up here in your lane, and he doesn't actually have the Infest available. Rage TP is there, but I think there's a little bit too much damage from the Ursa. We'll see. Yep. Enrage and maxed out Fury swipes.
You know, he's starting to have a bit of a game, the Morphling, which is getting a bit nicer. Obviously, he hasn't really clashed with EOT yet, so I'm sure he would really look to flex if he did, but...
Kills here could be nice. Abed.
The drums as well.
Position. Alright, they're waiting with the Rolling Thunder. Gonna get the glimpse back into the Static Storm kinetic field. Abed's still alive, though. Can he get another imprisonment out? They don't quite have the damage. He's still surviving. Imprisons himself now. Buys himself a few more seconds. Ohio's going to be brought down, and FNATIC are turning this around in a big way. Felix will be the next one to die. Ice rolling through onto him. Yamate, they don't get the lucky shot proc, but I don't think they even need it, as FNATIC bring everybody to this fight. Ice waiting on the swashbuckle, and that'll finish it off. Take the
See this
fight
rotation.
to Warriors Gaming.
Through from Ice, so he'll be able to hit onto a few.
Oh, big damage under the Morphling. Gets brought down immediately. Couldn't morph into strength at all. Nyx Assassin being controlled. He'll be the next one to fall. FNATIC just obliterate Warriors Gaming. Everybody arriving at just the right time. And now they've managed to find way more farm on the map. Warriors Gaming have just been on a wild goose chase this entire time. And oh, they're waiting on the high ground. Ohio, if he doesn't get any tracks out, this is going to be a bad fight. They burst the backline instead first. The two supports immediately dead. Ohio also falling. Pangolier in some trouble. Morphling does manage to bring him down, but it's a pittance. A 3-for-1. They do get the little bit of control onto Abed. They've got the glimpse available. Going to bring him back in. Running forward onto the imprisonment. Abed won't be able to blink out here. In big trouble. He'll be brought down. Ice still fighting. Everyone else a little bit late to the party. Lifestealer's walking down the mid lane to get here, but just going to have to turn tail and run. Okay, Yamato actually going to be alright. They're heading back into the pit. They don't have the stack. It's taking them a little bit longer. They're jumping in. Rolling Thunder. Controlling the Earth. So this is a terrible place for him to be fighting. Standing Eclipse gets dropped down. Who gets the Aegis? It will be the Morphling, and he manages to wave his way out of there. It is still a dieback for the Ursas. Now they get the imprisonment onto the Morph. He's low on mana, getting slowed down. Kinetic Field along with a stun, trying to protect him. The Shrine isn't available. They're just going to have to fight this out. DJ does have a Hex waiting for him once he respawns. Gonna be looking for it now. Ice Blast also coming in. Morph not going to survive, I don't think. Does manage to get off to the side, but Ice still on top of him. He's trying for the TP out, but it's too much damage. He shatters. And now Bounty Hunter also getting shackled up, controlled, dusted, hexed, everything else, as FNATIC will clean up that Aegis more of his BKB duration against the Disruptor and the Nyx Assassin.
Actually got an ATOS on the AA as well.
Yep, MP, bit of trouble. Tracked up. They're thinking about a turnaround here. They do have Abed respawning. This is a dangerous spot for Warriors Gaming to be in. They are going to get the Ice Blast over onto the Morphling. He doesn't have the Rage available. They will manage to focus down onto Jabs, but Abed's coming in. He drops the hammer, and they will find these 2 kills. They're chasing forward for a little bit more. MP's pretty fast. Looking towards Felix. Can they find him? Stun available in 3 seconds time. He has been silenced up. MP, alright, immediately reflects the open wounds, but doesn't matter, rages it off. Warriors Gaming are threatening top, but they're about to get forced back at bottom. Double catapults. Running in onto Ice here. Hex comes out. FNATIC just going to run for the hills. BKB getting popped in Ohio. Wants to chase forward. DJ looking for the turnaround. Pops down the static field. Pops down the wards. Going to try for the TP out as they lose Yamate. DJ, alright, won't be able to TP successfully. Ohio getting focused. Does get bashed up. Abed jumps down onto the low ground after getting open wounds. They're still chasing for that kill. Abed now forced into popping his BKB, but he can't escape against the Scotty. Just needs to try and turn and fight this. He does have a Hex back off cooldown in 5 seconds time, so the Morphling needing to be a little bit careful, though he does have the Aegis. MP still fighting with the bashes. Abed waiting for this Astral Imprisonment to come back off cooldown, but unable to use it on himself. Now Ice 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 also getting caught. So like FNATIC don't even have a Force Staff or a Glimmer Cape or anything.
Here we go. Initiation coming through. I think DJ will probably blink up onto
Place
this
to fight.
high ground.
Warriors Gaming have great vision here. They're going to go onto the Morphling first. He gets hexed up. But they've got the Abyssal Blade onto the OD. He survives for a little bit longer. MP actually the one to make the space. Abed running backwards. Ohio still chasing him. Felix trying to finish him off as well. Ursa still alive, as is the Morphling. They're pretty healthy, and Abed's dead. He does have a buyback available. They bring down the Nyx Assassin. Static Storm Kinetic Field controlling the Pangolier. Morphling coming back over towards him. They want to bring down the Pango, but he's still quite tanky. Swashbuckles down onto the low ground. Ohio now dead to the long-range shackles, and they're just going to look to escape. Is there going to be a bash from MP? He gets it! The Rage TP will not be successful from the Morphling, and Ice 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 is looking to continue the pursuit. They get the disarm and the slow. Ice still chasing. Oh, this is a low mana Morphling. Nico Baby's coming back in with another Abyssal Blade. Can they actually kill off the Pango, though? I don't think they're going to be able to. Ursa has to run and leave the Morphling behind. Double Force Staff is going to help out so much against the Abyssal Blade. They don't want to use this Morphling buyback if they can help it. Felix needs to be careful. He's being hexed up. They're jumping in with the Ursa. Can they save this OD? Abed gets the BKB off. Another bash would probably do it. Nico Baby's still chasing him. Ice 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 doesn't get the silence or the disarm. He's going to run forward now. No BKB available for the Ursa. He does have a cheese, though. Morphling coming in. Ice Blast gets laid down. Does connect on the Morphling as well, so he won't be able to morph strength here. They're looking for the Ice 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 kill. They do manage to get it. Jabs also being locked down. MP focusing. They want the Morphling. Can they get him? Just gets caught by the cold feet. He's still morphing strength, though, and he's actually going to be okay. On the other side of the fight, they finally bring down Abed, and that might actually be the game.
And they do need to be mindful of this mid lane as well. You know, you've got the Lifestealer there. The creeps are now in the base, so backdoor protection is on.
For the initiation. They go in. Ursa first. He does have his BKB off cooldown soon, but DJ finds the positioning on him. The Force Staff not going to be enough to keep him alive. Ursa's brought down. That's 115 seconds dead. MP in the thick of things here. Ohio with the BKB. Huge two-man stun from Felix, locking down MP. The armlet toggles, though, are keeping him alive. MP finally brought down, but he does have a buyback. They're locking down the Morphling. He's also silenced. Now the Shackle buying back on the Lifestealer. Morphling, can he escape from the base? Just trying to man fight. Gonna go for the waveform, TPing out. Do they have any interrupts? DJ. This is Aegis Cheese and Refresher Shard. I think whoever gets that is gonna get the game. Although this next fight is also gonna be important, and Morphling still doesn't have a BKB available. They're jumping forward. Abed looks like he's gonna be the target. He pops the BKB, looking for the turnaround. Felix being locked down. He's trapped inside of the Mass Serpent Woods. Ohio is also being isolated. They get the Hex up onto the Morphling. He's dead. 120 seconds. No buyback, it looks like.
Oh,
so much closer than I expected.
Yeah, and how agonizing must that be, right? Like, you've taken out the OD, no buyback, you're pushing onto the high ground, your tower clicker is the Lifestealer on FNATIC, and not too much else, so
yeah,
we'll have to see how it turns out for him.
I don't know how much of this is matchups and how much of this is just the kind of player that Abed is, but he seems to be winning these 1v1s against Qian pretty effectively. Oh, and he just Sideblade spills him for the first blood. Can't quite get it. Alright, there we go. DD, they're also bringing in the Shadow Shaman this time around. Looking to punish DJ. This is what we said they needed to do. They have to use...
It does vary from position 3 to position 4. Actually, mid lane.
Dead. Yeah. I think he's dead. Oh, looking for a little bit of a turnaround here. He's got the Shackle as well. They don't interrupt that. Swashbuckle now coming out. The spin from Nico as he's chasing. Does have the Omni Slash available. Ice 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 heading over to these creeps. Well, hoping that it would redirect a little bit earlier.
Game 1 was looking a lot closer at this point. And, you know, this is just seeing such domination.
Oh, no.
Jabs.
Qian. Too greedy for the farm, and now Abed just runs in there as well, finds the second kill.
But it's the teleportation around the map that really makes it useful. We say that top lane engagement's happening.
Oh, they didn't even get the morph strength off. Qian just goes down instantly. Double kill for MP. Ohio trying to help out, but he's also going to be brought down. Doesn't even try to run. Now going in for a basher. Certainly a nice item to have against Legion Commander potentially. Chen just dies instantly. Felix is only going to take 3 hits from Abed as well as he finds a double kill. Warriors Gaming, that was not a fight that they could take.
They've only taken the same number of towers that they had in the early game of game 1, and it just feels like they haven't had a game. Like, look, Yamate's got a wand, or a stick rather, and that's it. That is kind of to deal with a Batrider, but what's it progressed into? Nothing. His net worth is 500. And when you're comparing that against what they've got on the side of FNATIC, it's just such a different story. They've built up a drums onto.
Alright, they're looking for DJ at bottom. Do they actually have the damage to kill him? They're investing a lot of ultis. Looks like they might just be able to bring it down. DJ looking for some bottle sips, trying to get into the trees. It's only barely enough, but seeing two heroes at bottom, FNATIC just going to take this as their opportunity to walk on up onto the high ground. Melee barracks already taking some damage. Ice threatening. They do manage to get everybody back and into position. Nico Baby thinking that the spin is going to help keep him alive. He's only half right. That physical damage doing a lot of work against him. They're running in now. Legion Commander with the Blade Mail active. They don't care about it at all with the open wounds. Jumping into the backlines. They look towards the Shadow Shaman. MP's running towards him. Quick kill. Ice. Now getting the silence and some stuns over onto the Juggernaut. Doesn't even get the Omni Slash off. And,
This is a G. Yeah, I mean, it's always a bad sign when your net worth lead is approaching the same number of minutes that there are in the game, particularly pre-20 minutes, right?
Yeah,
and
when it's even harder to find farm.
that was, as you said, what we were expecting from this FNATIC lineup.